Hello dear friends, welcome to ESL Games and Teaching Tips with Jenny White. First of all, I want to say thank you for your support with Grammar Poker for irregular verbs and Grammar Poker 2 for degrees of comparison. Thousands of likes, thank you very much. If you have played the game, let me know in the comments, did it go all right? Or did you have any problems? If you haven't played the game, then check the description box. You can find a link to it. And today I will teach you how to use grammar cards for drilling tenses. This game will help you students remember tense forms and tense markers for the tenses you would like to revise. In this video, there are 4 parts. Part number 1, how to activate grammar material before playing the game. Part 2, how to actually play the game. Part 3, how to calculate the number of cards and how to make them. And part number 4, how to adapt the game for different levels and different group sizes. You can find the beginning time for every part in the description to this video, so that you can skip the unnecessary parts and watch only those which you are interested in. The game is suitable for elementary learners. They can be school children or adults. As for the number of students, any number, if it is more than 3, will be okay. To make a set of grammar cards, you will also need materials, some cardboard, scissors, and bright markers. First, you will need 5 minutes to activate grammar, and then 15 minutes, your students will play the game. To activate grammar, on the left part of the board, write signal words or time markers. For example, yesterday, 3 days ago, last year for past simple, already, ever, just for present perfect, usually, every day, often for present simple. On the right part of the board, write verb forms for the same tenses, like did and verb in the first form for past simple. Next, draw a line from a signal word to the verb form tense, like this. Yesterday, verb in the second form. Ask your students why. They will say past simple. Ask them about already. They will say have, has, and the third form. Revise all the signal words and all the verb forms you have. When the revision stage is over, your students will start playing the game in groups. There are 2 types of cards in the game, orange and green. Orange cards for signal words and green cards for verb forms that will be used in the game. As an example, I will show how to play the game in a group of 3. But actually, the number of players is not limited. In every group, there should be no more than 8 students. But if in your group there are more than 8 students, that's also okay. Just watch part 4, how to adapt the game for different group sizes and levels of English. Now students start playing the game. Student 1 on the left begins the game with a signal word, for example, 5 years ago, and he says past simple. All the other students look at their cards for a match. Student number 3 has got a match, verb in the second form. Yes, both the cards are in past simple. They are no longer in the game. Now, student number 1 and student number 3 should take one more card from the pack of cards on the desk, because every student should have 6 cards. Now student number 2 starts the game, again with the signal word, for example, now, and he should say present continuous. Who has got present continuous? Student number 1. Is plus verb ing, it is a match. These cards are no longer in the game. Now it's time for student number 3 to continue the game. For example, with a marker often. Often, present simple. Student number 2 has got present simple, verb in the first form. Yes, they are a match, present simple. As you see, the students match a verb form and a signal word used for the same tense. If there is a match, these cards are no longer in the game and the students who used them should take new cards from the pack of cards on the desk. If there is no match, it means that the necessary card is still in the pack of cards on the desk, so the students should take their cards back and continue playing the game. The winner is a player who has no more grammar cards on hand. You can find the rules of the game in the description box below the video. Please tell me, what is the easiest way for you to understand how the game is played? To watch a video when the players actually are playing the game, to listen to my instructions, or to read them? Please take part in this opinion poll. And now let's learn how to calculate the number of cards and how to make them. This is how you can calculate the number of cards necessary for your group. If the number of students in your group is even, then you should multiply the number of students by 6 and add the number of students. For example, if there are 8 students in your group, then you should multiply 8 by 6 and add 8. 56 cards are necessary for this group. If the number of your students is odd, then the only difference will be is to add 1 to the total number of cards. For example, let's calculate the necessary number of cards for a group of 3. We multiply 3 by 6, add 3 because there are 3 students in the group, and add 1 because 3 is an odd number, and we get 22 cards. To make a pack of cards, you will need cardboard of 2 colors. For example, yellow for signal words and green for verb forms. First, make the necessary number of cards. On yellow cards, write signal words. On green cards, verb forms. Make sure that you write every word twice, at the top and at the bottom, facing each other. Now you are ready to play the game with your elementary students. But what if my students are pre-intermediate or intermediate? And what if my group is not 10, 15 students, but maybe only 2 or 3 or more than 30? These are the questions that you often ask me. No worries, I will teach you how you can adapt the game for different group sizes and for different levels of English. For large classes, make 2 or 3 sets of cards. For small groups with only 2 or 4 students, give them not 6 but 12 cards at the beginning of the game, 6 cards in every hand. For pre-intermediate and intermediate students, ask them not only to name the tense, but also to make up a sentence with the given verb form or signal word. For example, now I'm reading, now I'm reading a book. Well, dear friends, that's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with my future videos. And see you soon on the channel ESL Games and Teaching Tips with Jenny White. Love you!